Bomb at the camp. Barcelona has unleashed a storm with the recruitment of Nico Williams. The Cule fans are in ecstasy, but from the outside, from the dark alleys of the Madrid press and social media, insults, criticism, and a merciless war are raining down on our club. Why so much hate? Why so much venom against a move that could change the course of the 2025-26 season? Today, in Barça Sans Bar, we reveal the truth. We dismantle the lies and fiercely defend the Blaugrana pride. It's a declaration of war. Stay until the end, because what follows is pure Cule fire. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss a second of this epic battle for Barcelona's honor. Let's get straight to the point. Cules. FC Barcelona has reached an agreement with Nico Williams, the athletic club winger who has shaken Europe with his speed, dribbles, and audacity. According to reliable sources, the club will pay his release clause in the coming weeks, a master move that strengthens our attack with a player who is pure dynamite. Nico, at just 23 years old, is already a confirmed star. In the 2024-25 season, he was key for Athletic with impressive stats, goals, assists, and leadership that made him a favorite of the Spanish national team. This boy doesn't just run, he doesn't just dribble, he's a dagger that pierces defenses as if they were paper. But what does this recruitment mean for Barça? It's a statement. Hansi Flick, our commander-in-chief, has asked for a team that flies, that attacks mercilessly, that regains the essence of total football that shook the world. Nico Williams is the perfect profile, young, hungry, and with a winning DNA. Imagine him alongside LAMINE, YAMAL, PEDRI, Rafinha, and Lewandowski. It's not just a team, it's a machine to crush rivals. The management, with Joan Laporta at the helm, has moved heaven and earth to make this possible despite the economic difficulties we all know. And yes, Cules, they did it. Nico will be Blaugrana, and the Camp Nou, which roars again in August 2025 after its renovation, will be his new home. But it's not all celebration, friends. As we celebrate, a horde of detractors has unleashed a storm of insults against Barcelona. And who are the loudest? The usual suspects. The Madrid press, the haters on social media, and those pseudo-journalists who can't stand to see Barça reborn. What do they say? That the recruitment of Nico is a waste, that the club is bankrupt, that we can't afford this luxury. Lies. Pure manipulation. FC Barcelona has worked intelligently, negotiating with the league to comply with financial fair play and ensuring that Nico arrives without selling any of our gems. Want proof? The posts on X are there, confirming that the deal is done and that Nico will be in pre-season with Flick, but what hurts the most is the smear campaign. There are those who say that Nico is not worth his clause, that he is an overrated player, that he will not fit into Flick's system. Seriously, a guy who has destroyed defenses in the league, who has shown at the Euro, and who has a Premier League begging for him. Please, it's just jealousy. Jealousy of a club that, despite the difficulties, remains the greatest in the world. Jealousy of a project that, with Flick at the helm, is building an unstoppable team. And yes, I'm talking about those who wear white, who can't stand to see Barça crush them again and again, because remember, in the 2024-25 season, we gave them a historic thrashing. Super Cup, Copa del Rey, and La Liga. 3 out of 3. And now with Nico, the nightmare continues. Cules, it's time to close ranks. We cannot let this hate campaign reach us. The recruitment of Nico Williams is a victory, a clear message to the world. FC Barcelona is back, stronger than ever. Hansi Flick has brought discipline, ambition, and a style of play that makes us dream. And what better reinforcement than Nico to enhance this deadly attack? This boy brings not just talent, he brings hunger. Hunger for titles, for glory, for making history with the Blaugrana jersey. And he is not alone. LAMINE YAMAL, renewed until 2031, is the future of the club. Rafinha, with his new contract until 2028, is a leader on the field. PEDRI, Frenkie de Jong, Ronald Araujo. This team is a beast, but let's not fool ourselves, the war has just begun. Those who attack us know that this Barça is dangerous. They know that with Nico, our attack will be even more feared. That's why they launch their arrows, that's why they try to tarnish our name. But we are bigger than their lies. We are FC Barcelona, the club that never surrenders, the club that carries the pride of Catalonia in its heart. And to all those who criticize us, who insult us, who doubt us, we say to them, keep talking, because while you bark, we build an empire. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell to join this cool fight. Don't let the haters win. Share this video and show that Barça is more than a club, it's a way of life. Let's go tactically, because here, at Barça Sans Bar, we not only defend, we also analyze. Nico Williams is not just a bright name, he is a tactical weapon that changes the game. What does Nico bring to Hansi Flick's scheme? First, speed. This boy is a rocket. He can leave any defense behind, even the fastest. Second, dribbling. His ability to dribble one-on-one is out of this world. Third, versatility. He can play on both wings, as a pure winger or even as a second striker if Flick needs him to. And fourth, personality. Nico doesn't back down, he's not afraid of big stages. He has proven it at San Mamés, with the national team, and in every match he plays. Imagine a trident with Nico, LAMINE, YAMAL, and LEWANDOWSKI. Who defends against that? No one. Absolutely no one. Nico on the left, YAMAL on the right, PEDRI and De Jong pulling the strings in the middle, and LEWANDOWSKI finishing everything that comes his way. It's a champions team, Kules. And it's not me who says it, it's the numbers. Last season, Nico promised a goal or an assist every 120 minutes. That in a team like Athletic, which doesn't have the same offensive power as Barça. Now, with teammates like Rafinha and PEDRI giving him passes, these numbers can explode. And let's not forget something key. Nico is Spanish, he knows the league, he understands the pressure of playing for a big club, he doesn't need to adapt, he doesn't need time, he arrives, he puts on the jersey, and he is ready to give his all. This is not just any recruitment, it's a strategic move that puts us one step ahead of our rivals. And yes, I'm talking about Real Madrid, that team that is still crying for not being able to recruit Mbappé and now sees how we bring in the new star of Spanish football. Let's talk clearly, because here we don't dodge bullets. FC Barcelona is not in its best economic situation, we all know that. The legacy of years of mismanagement still weighs heavily with a negative equity that has forced us to be creative. But do you know what? Joan Laporta and his team have shown that it is possible. They negotiated with the league, ensured financial fair play, and completed an elite recruitment without selling any of our stars. They call us spendthrifts. Ha, spendthrifts are those who pay fortunes for players who don't perform. We brought in Nico Williams, a generational talent for a clause that is a bargain in the current market. And to those who say Barça is bankrupt, I remind them that in the 2024-25 season, we won the Super Cup, the Copa del Rey, and La Liga, leaving Real Madrid in the shadows. That doesn't make us a ruined club. It makes us a club that knows how to rise again, how to fight, how to win. Every insult, every criticism is an acknowledgement that they fear us. They fear us because they know that this Barça, with Nico Williams, with Flick, with our youth academy, is ready to dominate Europe again. Kules, this recruitment is not just about football, it's a matter of identity. Nico Williams represents what Barça has always been. Talent, youth, ambition, and an unconditional love for the game. It's a message to the world that we do not surrender, that we are still the club that makes millions dream. And yes, it's also a message to our rivals. FC Barcelona does not kneel before anyone, not before criticism, not before insults, not before difficulties. We are more than a club, we are a passion, a flag, a way of life. Every time someone attacks us, they make us stronger. Every time they try to sink us, we resurface stronger. Nico Williams is not just a player, he is a symbol of this new era, an era where Barça becomes feared, respected, admired again. And to all those who insult us, who criticize us, who do not believe in us, we say to them, keep talking, because while you talk, we win. Kules, let's talk about what Nico Williams means, not just for this season, but for the future of FC Barcelona. This recruitment is not a band-aid, it's not a temporary solution, it's a long-term bet, an investment in a player who can define an era. Nico has everything that Barça has always sought in its stars. Talent, humility, commitment, and a pure love for football. When you see him play, you don't just see a winger who overflows on the side, you see a boy who lives every match as if it were his last, who gives his soul in every sprint, every dribble, every goal. It's the DNA of Barça, the same that legends like Cruyff, Ronaldinho, Messi carried. And no, I'm not saying that Nico is the new Messi, but he has that special spark, that glow that sets the Camp Nou on fire. Think about this. Nico arrives at just 23 years old with a contract that, according to information circulating on X, could extend until 2030 or beyond. This means we will have this phenomenon during the best years of his career. Imagine Nico growing alongside LAMINE YAMAL, who, at 18, is already an absolute reality. Imagine these two, trained in Spanish football, destroying defenses in the league, in the Champions League, in the Classics. Because yes, Cules, the Classics are going to be a massacre with Nico on the field. The speed of this boy against the central defenders of Real Madrid, who are no longer what they used to be, will be like seeing a lion hunt in the savannah. They will have no escape, and it's not just his talent on the pitch. Nico brings something more, something that is not measured in goals or assists. Charisma. This boy has a smile that conquers, an energy that connects with the stands. In Bilbao, the fans adore him, and here, in Barcelona, with our Camp Nou filled to the brim, he will be an instant idol. Because Barça doesn't just need players, it needs leaders, figures who lift the fans in difficult times, who make Cules around the world vibrate. Nico Williams is that kind of player. He has proven it with the Spanish national team, where he played fearlessly against the best in the world, and he will prove it with our Blaugrana jersey. Hansi Flick is not just any Cule coach. This man came to Barça with a mission, to bring us back to the top, to rediscover total football, the style that made us great. And the recruitment of Nico Williams is the piece that Flick needed to complete his puzzle. Let's analyze it tactically, because here, at Barça Sans Bar, we don't just shout, we also analyze. Flick has implemented a system based on high pressure, vertical play, and the exploitation of the wings. Does that sound familiar? It's Barça at its best, the one that dominated possession but also knew how to run, attack, and crush the opponent in fast transitions. Nico Williams fits like a glove into this scheme. His speed makes him deadly in counterattacks. His ability to overflow open spaces for players like Lewandowski or Rafinha, and his tactical intelligence allows him to fall back and help in defense when necessary. Because let's not fool ourselves, Flick doesn't just want attackers, he wants gladiators who fight for every ball. And Nico is exactly that. At Athletic, he proved that he is not afraid of the dirty work, that he can drop back to recover balls, that he can sacrifice himself for the team. That's what Flick appreciates, players who give everything, who understand that Barça is not just talent, it's commitment. Imagine a typical match this 2025-26 season. Barça recovers the ball in the middle with Frenkie de Jong, who lifts his head and sees Nico starting on the left like a rocket. PEDRI receives, filters a millimeter-perfect pass, and Nico faces the opposing fullback. A feint, a change of pace, and goodbye. The defense stays in place. Cross into the box where Lewandowski waits to finish, or a pullback pass for GAVI or Rafinha to push. Result, Barça goal, Camp Nou erupts, and the haters on X are silent. That's Flick's plan, and Nico is the secret weapon to execute it, but that's not all. Flick is also working on versatility. Nico won't just play as a left winger. In some matches, he could swap positions with Yamal, creating confusion in the opposing defenses. In others, he could act as a false nine, taking advantage of his ability to fall to the wings and generate a numerical superiority. This is what makes this recruitment so special. He's not a one-dimensional player. He's a tactical wild card that gives Flick countless options to surprise our rivals. Cules, let's talk about us, the fans, because this recruitment isn't just for the management or just for Flick, it's for us. It's a gift for all those who carry Barça in their hearts, for those who have suffered in recent years, for those who never stopped believing. Nico Williams is not just a player, he is a symbol of hope, a reminder that the dark times are fading away. When the Camp Nou reopened its doors in August 2025, completely renovated, imagine the roar of the stands when Nico makes his debut in the Blaugrana jersey. That moment will be historic, Cules, and we will be there to experience it. On social media, the fever for Nico is already being felt. The X threads are on fire with Cules from all over the world celebrating this recruitment as if we had already won the Champions League. And it's not for nothing. Nico doesn't just bring talent, he brings enthusiasm. After years of difficulties, criticism, and seeing other clubs mock us, this move puts us back on the map. The fans know it, and that's why they are already adopting him as one of their own. In the Cule forums, in the WhatsApp groups, in the Penis, everyone is talking about the same thing. Nico Williams is the future. And it's not just in Barcelona, it's worldwide. Queues are sharing videos of his dribbles, his goals, his unstoppable runs. Because Nico is not just a recruitment, he is a message. It's Barça saying, "We are here and we are coming for everything." Fans are already dreaming of seeing him lift trophies, celebrate at the Camp Nou, and silence those who have mercilessly attacked us. And when that first goal in the Blaugrana jersey comes, when the whole stadium chants his name, we will know that all this effort, all this waiting, will have been worth it. Queues, it's time to set things straight, to look in the face of those who attack us and tell them, enough. The insults, the criticism, the venom they pour on FC Barcelona for the recruitment of Nico Williams are just echoes of jealousy, fear, and the powerlessness of those who cannot stand to see us reborn. From the sensationalist headlines of the Madrid press to the toxic comments on X, to those pseudo-journalists who talk about our club without having the slightest idea, all are aligned in a campaign to tarnish our name. But here, at Barça Sans Bar, we do not remain silent. We will dismantle each of their lies, expose their hypocrisy, and demonstrate once again that FC Barcelona is greater than their attacks. Listen well, haters, because this is for you. Let's start with the most repeated criticism. Barça has no money to pay Nico Williams clause. Seriously, do you really believe that Joan Laporta, the man who pulled the club from the ashes, would make such a move without having the accounts clear? Let's look at the facts. According to information circulating on X and reports from sources close to the club, FC Barcelona has worked tirelessly to comply with the league's financial fair play. They have negotiated agreements, optimized resources, moved heaven and earth to make this recruitment possible without selling any of our gems like PEDRI, GAVI, or LAMINE YAMAL. Is this a bankrupt club? No, it's a club that knows how to manage, plan, and win. While others spend fortunes on players who don't perform, we bring in a star like Nico for a clause that, in the current market, is an absolute bargain. So, haters, put away your calculators, because Barça can not only afford Nico but will also make him shine. Then there's the other big lie. Nico Williams does not fit into Hansi Flick's system. Please, what nonsense. A player who combines speed, dribbling, defensive work, and versatility does not fit into the scheme of a coach who loves vertical football and high pressing. Nico is every coach's dream. At Athletic Club, he proved he could adapt to any role. Left winger, right winger, false nine, and even dropping back to recover balls when the team needs it. Flick, who has already transformed Barça into a title-winning machine. Let's remember, Super Cup, Copa del Rey, and La Liga in the 2024-25 season has asked for a player exactly like Nico, fast, technical, and brave. And it's not me who says it, it's the numbers. Last season, Nico promised a goal or an assist every 120 minutes in the league, playing for a team that doesn't have the same offensive power as Barça. Imagine what he will do with teammates like PEDRI, Rafinha, and Lewandowski giving him passes. It will be a massacre. But that's not all. They also say that Nico is a risk, that he is too young, that he is not ready for the pressure of a club like Barça. Risk. The only risk is for the rivals who will have to face him. Nico Williams is 23 years old, but he has already performed on big stages. He has shown at San Mamés, one of the most demanding stadiums in Europe. He has been key for the Spanish national team, facing the best in the world at the Euro. He has proven that he doesn't have trembling legs, that he doesn't back down from pressure. And you know what? This mentality is exactly what Barça needs. A player who not only has talent but also grit. Because the Camp Nou is not for everyone, but Nico is made for this club. He has it in his blood, in his character, in that hunger for glory that makes him run until the last minute. And then there's the most insidious attack of all. Barça is desperate. This recruitment is an act of panic. Desperate, us. Desperate are those who see FC Barcelona, against all odds, rising from the ashes. Let's remember how things were a few years ago. Debts, mismanagement, sports crisis, and yet, here we are. In the 2024-25 season, we inflicted a historic thrashing on Real Madrid, winning 3 titles and leaving them in the shadows. This is not desperation, it's greatness. It's Barça, proving that even in the worst times, it always finds a way. And Nico Williams is not an act of panic, he is a masterstroke. It's Laporta telling the world, we are FC Barcelona, and we are coming for everything. So to those who call us desperate, I say, look at your own problems, because while you cry, we celebrate. We cannot ignore the root of all this hate. Why so much venom against Barça? Because they fear us. Because they know that this team, with Nico, with Flick, with our youth academy, is a real threat. The Madrilenians, in particular, are trembling. On X, their comments are full of excuses. Nico is not that exceptional. Barça will ruin itself. We'll see how they fail. But behind these words, there is fear. Fear of a team that humiliated them last season. Fear of a Barça that, with Nico on the wing, will be even more deadly. Because let's be clear, Real Madrid has no one like Nico. They don't have a winger who combines his speed, technique, and dribbling. And that makes them nervous. They know it, we know it, and the whole world knows it. So, haters, keep talking. Keep writing your venomous headlines, your bile-filled tweets, your ridiculous comments, because every word you utter is proof that we are doing things right. Every insult is a medal. Every criticism is a reminder that FC Barcelona remains the club everyone wants to be, the club everyone envies. The club that never surrenders. And to all of you, I say, you can scream, you can lie, you can try to sink us, but you won't succeed, because we are Barça and Barça always comes back. With Nico Williams, with Hansi Flick, with our fans. We will silence you once again. Strength to Barça. Kules, let me paint you a picture. A dream that is about to become reality. The 2025-26 season is not just the beginning of a new chapter for FC Barcelona, it is the dawn of a golden era, and Nico Williams is the standard-bearer who will lead this revolution. This recruitment is not just another reinforcement, not just another name on the roster. It is a manifesto, a declaration to the world that Barça is not just back, but ready to reclaim its throne as the undisputed king of world football. With Nico on the team, the future is not a promise, it is a certainty. Let's break it down, because what's coming is big, very big. First, let's talk about the long-term impact. Nico Williams, at just 23 years old, is not a player who is here to fill gaps. He is a project of legend, a generational talent who can define the next decade of the club. According to information circulating on X, Nico's contract could extend until 2030 or even beyond, meaning we will have him in his prime during those magical years when players combine youth, experience, and hunger for glory. Imagine Nico maturing alongside LAMINE YAMAL, who, at just 18, is already a confirmed star, renewed until 2031. These two are the future of the Blaugrana attack. Two fast, technical, overflowing wingers who will make any defense tremble. Who stops such a duo? No one. Absolutely no one. But it's not just Nico and Yamal. This Barça is building a spine that is frightening. In midfield, we have PEDRI, the magician from Tenerife, who, with his vision and class, remains the brain of the team. GAVI, the warrior, who fights for every ball as if it were his last. Frenkie de Jong, who brings balance and quality to the build-up play. And in defense, Ronald Araujo, an impassable wall, a leader who intimidates any attacker. Add to that Rafinha, who signed until 2028 and is at his best level, and Robert Lewandowski, who, although not eternal, remains deadly in the box. This team is not an experiment. It is a perfectly oiled machine, designed to win, dominate, and humiliate its rivals. Now, think about the Champions League, because yes, Kules, the big-eared cup is the great objective, the dream that keeps us awake at night. The last time we lifted it was in 2015, and since then, we have struggled, we have fallen, but we have never surrendered. With Nico Williams on the field, this dream is closer than ever. Imagine a quarter-final match at the Camp Nou, completely renovated, with 100,000 Kules roaring like never before. The opponent, no matter if it's Bayern, Manchester City, or PSG. Minute 70. The match is tied. The tension is palpable. Frenkie recovers a ball in the middle, passes to PEDRI, who, with one touch, finds Nico on the left wing. Nico starts, leaves the fullback in place with a diabolical change of pace, reaches the goal line, and delivers a pinpoint cross. Lewandowski appears like a predator, heads, and scores. The stadium explodes, social media is flooded with videos of this magnificent goal, and the haters, those who insulted us, hide in silence. This is the future that awaits us with Nico. And it's not just the Champions League. In La Liga, this team is ready to continue dominating. In the 2024-25 season, we already inflicted a historic thrashing on Real Madrid, winning the Super Cup, the Copa del Rey, and La Liga. But with Nico, this domination can be even more crushing, because Nico brings not just goals and assists, but fear. Rival defenders are already trembling at the thought of facing him. In the Clásicos, in particular, Nico is going to be a nightmare. Imagine Carvajal or any other fullback trying to stop him. They have no chance. Nico will ridicule them, make them run after him like amateurs, and when he scores his first goal in a Clásico, when he celebrates with the Cule fans, the whole world will know that Barça is back for good. But let's talk about something bigger, something that transcends numbers and tactics: legacy. Nico Williams is not just a player. He is a symbol of what FC Barcelona represents. He is a humble young man who has worked hard to get where he is. He was born in Pamplona, grew up in Bilbao, and is now ready to conquer Barcelona. His story is that of many Cules, that of someone who dreams big, fights against adversity, and does not surrender in the face of criticism. When Nico puts on the Blaugrana jersey, he will not just represent a club. He will represent millions of fans who see in him the reflection of their own dreams. And that, Cules, is what makes Barça different. We are not just a team, we are a family, a passion, a way of understanding life. Moreover, Nico brings something that Barça has always valued: roots. He is a Spanish player trained in La Liga, who understands the pressure of playing for a club like ours. He is not a foreigner who needs to adapt to the language, culture, or style. Nico arrives ready to shine from day one. And let's not forget his connection with La Masia, because although he comes from Athletic, his style fits perfectly with Barça's DNA. Touch, mobility, audacity. It's as if he came out of La Masia, as if he grew up playing with Xavi and Iniesta. And speaking of La Masia, Nico will be the perfect complement to our gems: Lamine Yamal, GAVI, Alejandro Bald. This generation is destined to make history, and Nico is the piece that completes the puzzle. Think also about the global impact. Barça is not just a club from Catalonia, it is a global phenomenon. In Asia, America, Africa, millions of Cules are celebrating this recruitment. On X, the hashtags #NicoBarca and #ForçaBarca are among the most used, with fans from all over the world sharing memes, videos, and messages of support. Because Nico is not just going to conquer the Camp Nou, he is going to conquer hearts in every corner of the planet. His charisma, his smile, his way of playing make him a fan magnet. And in a market where image is so important, Nico is pure gold. Jerseys with his name will fly off the shelves.